Hello everybody, welcome back, I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to some more World of Tanks, but before we go to it, head down below, like and subscribe, it does help a lot, and let's get right into it. Today, we are going to be watching one of my replays that has happened about 2 or 3 days ago, and as you can see, I am in the T-34-85M. Now, of course, this tank has been out for, I don't know, about 5 years maybe at this point, something like that. It has been out for quite some time. And basically it's a T-34-85 which has better armor, but then everything else about it is just slightly worse. Like the gun handling and all of that is just a little bit worse, but the armor is better. Now, this is actually my first battle that I've played in this tank, and I always thought about it as like, yeah, it's basically a T-34-85. That just has better armor. I've played the T-34-85, and it wasn't nothing special. It was just a tank that I played, and yeah, I got past, and it was okay. I never gave the respect, I guess, to this tank when I was facing it, because I was there. It's like, oh yeah, take some time to reload. Yeah, nice 180 alpha damage, but as I said, it does take about 5 seconds to reload, but you can get that down to 4 seconds with the right equipment and crew skills and food, as I am using right now. But I always thought that this tank is just a bit boring to play and not really just that good. But then the first time I played this, as I said a couple of days ago, I was quite surprised, honestly, by how good it actually is. As you can see, this is going to be a first game, up to 700 damage already within the first couple of minutes, and well, it's going to be quite an interesting battle. This might not be like the highest damage battle in this tank ever, but for a first time playing a tank that I thought was quite bad, it's just quite interesting to see what kind of happens over here, I guess. And of course the armor is better with 75mm of hull armor at the front, 45 at the side, 45 at the back. The turret armor is 90 on the front, 75 at the side, and 52 at the rear. As you can see, we bounced a T-34-85M on the enemy team, as this tank on the standard rounds has 144mm of penetration. We put a shot into him, and another one as we get hit by the VK3001P that has a little bit more penetration, so he could get through our turret, I think, maybe even our hull over there, I'm not really too sure. But yes, 144mm of penetration on the standard rounds, so that is mostly enough to bounce anything off the turret most of the time, and 194 on the premium APCR rounds, which are quite good as well, as we put in a shot into the 88. Now this tank is actually quite a lot lower than the tier 8s and the tier 10s I usually play in this spot, so actually it's quite hard to shoot through the rocks over here. You actually have to expose quite a bit more of your tank than it's kind of comfortable to do in order to actually get some clean shots into the opponents down below. 53 kilometers an hour forwards, 20 backwards, 16.4 power to weight ratio, horsepower per ton. Not the best, but not the worst. And that kind of is what is kind of the main thing about this tank. It might have the most DPM, but then again, it's not the worst. It might not really have the most armor, because I don't know, maybe there's like a German medium tanks. Honestly, the German like mid tiers, like medium tanks, heavy tanks, I'm just so lost in it. Just all of the VKs and all of that, just like every single other tech tree I could tell you like what tier a tank is, but if you just threw like a couple of mid tier German heavy and medium tanks at me, I probably would get quite lost. But I don't know, maybe there is some medium tanks with better armor, maybe turret armor, maybe hull armor than this tank, but then it's not the worst. Mobility again, not the best, not the worst. You can basically do everything in this tank. at not the highest level, but not at the lowest level at the same time. So we are down 2 kills and 1,100 damage, make that 1,600, as I'm pretty sure our KV-85 gets hit by the Jagdpanther over there, and we actually lose him to the Jagdpanther, so not really going too well, but up to 1,800 damage. Now, we bounced a King Tiger over there, which is quite nice. Wasn't really expecting that. I was actually quite surprised when I was playing this. I actually bounced the King Tiger, because that has close-ish to 200mm of arm of penetration. I'm pretty sure might actually be just a little bit over, like 203 or something like that. So quite surprising over there. But if we have a look at the armor model, the sides of the turret are quite well angled and actually need about 280 to 270mm of penetration to get through. And on the hull armor, most of it is 90, 75 in some places, but actually there's kind of like the driver's hatch maybe, which is actually 100mm of armor, and you need about 170 to get through that if you're just facing the tank on a level playing field. So that's quite insane. Now, I did play this quite late at night, as I normally do, so I was maybe a little bit tired, wasn't really paying attention too much to everything, as we actually take a shot from the King Tiger in the back of the turret, but that somehow just damages my optics over there. And now this SU-100M1 comes up over here, challenges me, as this VK tries to go up, hits me. I actually get the kill for him as he actually landed on me, and he's coming back, but I did not see this. I just pull back in time. I actually take 23 hit points of damage from the falling wreck of the VK-3001P. I was just there like, okay, this kind of an interesting battle for a first battle in a premium tank, and go out to spot where the King Tiger is in the 88, and actually the King Tiger is pushing in to kill me over here. Now, I'm a one-shot for him, he's a one-shot for me. Who is going to be able to get the first shot in? Now, to be honest, I wasn't really aiming the best over here. I'm aiming way too high over here, more at the turret over here. As you can see, I quickly switch, flick down to get the side of the hull of the King Tiger. I actually bounced an APCR round off my turret, I'm pretty sure, and killed the King Tiger. At this point, I'm there like, maybe we can actually win this somehow. There is an AMX M445 on the enemy team with still 1,000 hit points over there. Now I need to push past these wrecks not to get spotted by the 88 and shot and killed by him. I'm reloading some high explosive rounds over here, which actually have 44mm of penetration, so not the most, but for a tier 6 medium tank, that's actually quite decent. High explosive pen with 300 damage per shot. Now I quickly switched it out to the AP rounds, because I do have a 4-second reload on this tank with all of the equipment I'm using. Was looking for a shot on the AMX M4, but the Steyr Waffenträger got spotted over there, so need to take him out quickly, and then we quickly reload and take out the AMX as well. Now, we are here with Roscoe in the Skoda T-25 trying to take down this battle. Now, he's actually in a really good position over here, right at the back of the map, where artillery normally is. And that's actually a perfect spot to defend from, because there's just so many bushes over there that you can actually just stay hidden while shooting quite well. As we go around the corner, spot the Jagdpanther over there. Definitely wasn't expecting him to be over there, but we put one shot into him, and Roscoe on our team in the Skoda takes him out. So at this point, 2,500 damage, 4 kills. The artillery is actually blind firing the Skoda. I'm not really sure if he got spotted over there by the Jagdpanther, or maybe that was just a blind hit. But we are still in it to win it. The 88 is actually coming in with 441 hit points. Now, I didn't get spotted over there. Actually, thinking back at it, this was actually quite a poor play. I go out, and most of the time I'm not going to be able to hit the 88's weak point quite reliably at this range, and I shoot, I get spotted. Actually, I was not expecting the Hummel to be in the kind of A4 B7 area, and actually I was there just like, oh yeah, behind a huge mountain from where the artillery would normally be in their base, so I'm quite safe, don't really need to hide. But then as you saw, I just kind of looked back, and at that point I knew, well, I'm dead, I can't do anything about it, because the Hummer was moved quite a ways away from where he would normally be, to get a shot into me, and that was actually a really good shot by the Hummel driver over there, as Roscoe pounces on the 88 as soon as he gets spotted, doesn't wait for him to get some artillery backup over there, and actually goes around, shoots him and kills him. Now I point at the map where I got hit by the artillery, so Roscoe can go over there and try and take the Hummel down and try and win this game. He's left alone with 2 artillery pieces, against 2 artillery pieces I mean, so it's quite a good chance that he is going to win, as the Hummel gets spotted on his right over here. Now the Skoda T-25 of course has a really good auto reloader, 3 rounds, I'm pretty sure it has something about a 1.7 second intra-clip reload or something like that, 1.8. It's really fast tank. It kind of turns kind of sluggishly, but I really had fun in this tank, as he puts in 1 shot, 2 shots and 3 shots, but they were all, I'm pretty sure, low rolls, but luckily the Hummel misses, the GW Panther misses, and Roscoe over here takes out the Hummel over here. And what I should have really done against the 88 is actually wait until he actually got to the point where he spotted the Skoda T-25 on my team behind that building over there, and then when he got spotted actually go down the slope and actually get his back, flank him and track him and kill him that way. That would have been the sensible option, but I really didn't think that the artillery would be over there. I would have been safe if I would have just stayed there, because if the 88 would have gone towards me, then Roscoe over here could have flanked him, and if he went after Roscoe, I could have flanked him. So that's what I wanted to happen, but of course the Hummel was there and that didn't happen. As Roscoe does a little bit wiggle of the turret, I'm pretty sure he got happy that we were taking this game down, but that actually means that he wasn't aimed enough to actually shoot and penetrate the GW Panther, so he actually bounces off him. So now he actually got hit by the Panther for about 200 damage as well. So he enters the cap circle over here with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. So that means that he does have enough time to cap out if he wants to kind of stay in this kind of position. Now the GW Panther would have to kind of reverse up that slope behind him to actually get a shot on Roscoe over here, because otherwise he is just not going to have the good kind of depression in this kind of case to actually shoot Roscoe over here. Now the Hummel on our team says just cap, and I think that is the sensible option, but Roscoe over here has some other ideas. He still has enough time to cap. Even if he went out, came in, still would have been fine, but I guess Roscoe wants to get that 4th kill in this tank, as you are going to see in a little bit. He's going to do something quite risky and actually goes out of the cap circle. Now he can't cap, so he needs to go kill this GW Panther if he wants to win this race. He goes right, quickly goes left, and gets in the shot against the GW Panther, as the GW Panther misses him. So 2,500 damage for me in my first game in a tank that I didn't think was actually that good, and a good game for Roscoe as well. So let's see how well we both did in this game at the post-game stats. So first class mastery badge in this game, my first game in this tank, so that was quite fun. And honestly, I've played this tank a couple more times, and just the armor on this, the gun, it's just so good. I actually was able to pick up the Cromwell B in the kind of trading caravan thing for 5 million credits, so not really the best of deals maybe, but it is actually quite a decent tank as well. Still need to get a good crew in it, because for some reason I don't have any good British medium tank crews, so definitely need to train that up, and that is going to be another fun tier 6 medium tank that I can enjoy and play. But yes, and all Oskin's medal actually as well for destroying at least 3 enemy tanks or tank destroyers with a medium tank in one battle. That is actually, I guess, quite a weird medal to get, not really one that you get quite often, because the enemy tanks that you kill have to be at least 1 tier higher. So well, I guess it worked out in this case, as we killed the King Tiger, the Crypt Stayer, Waffenträger, and of course the AMX M445. Now 2,500 damage for us, 4 kills, 1,376 base experience. Now if I probably would have stayed alive, put in a couple shots into the 88 and into the artilleries, that probably would have been an ace tanker in my first game. But a little bit of a mess up. Well, not really a mess up. I just didn't know the artillery would be there, but I guess it should have still been hidden better. But that Roscoe, nearly 4,000 damage for the player in the Skoda T25. 4 kills as well, 1,577 damage. And I was just so happy that he was able to take down a really decent game for me in my first battle in the T-34-85M. And himself probably picking up an ace tanker in that game as well as a Pascucci's medal, a bruiser, high caliber fighter, fiver effect, and a duelist. So really good game for him. And we lose 18,000 credits because of the food, but I really wanted to kind of really max out the tank for my first game in it, and there isn't really that much of a credit kind of income tag, because I've got the tier 8s for that and the tier 9s. It's more of just kind of have fun at tier 6 and just kind of enjoyed this really cool tank. But that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye bye.